I'm Edward Stafford. I sing in the tenor section for the UC Alumni Chorus.
And I'm Kat, and I sing in the soprano section.
I'm Holly McCroskey-Lewis, and I have been a member of the Alumni Chorus since the fall of 1990.
Ken McCroskey-Waite. I also joined in the fall of 90 and have been a UCAC member ever since. I came from UC Santa Cruz, but I'm an UCE second generation member. My father was in the octet.
Tom Watrous, my wife Ann. We met at Cal in 1957. I was in the Glee Club, she was in the Treble Clef. We happened to be associate senior managers of the Glee Club and the Treble Clef Society, which were the singing groups at that time. And our counterparts, the senior managers, Leonard and Linda Loomis, happened to be married in their senior year as they each led the two groups. And we would meet with Bob Commanding, the director, in his office with the Loomises and us. And I think it kind of rubbed off. we kind of got the idea that we ought to get together. And one thing led to another, and we did.
We joined at the same time and got to know each other at rehearsals and Christmas caroling and retreat and other choir events.
I used to drive you home after a rehearsal.
Yeah, we did some carpooling. We carpooled to at least one ski trip together before we were actually dating. So we were friends for a couple of years. We got together in 1992 and married in 1996.
We met in undergrad in the UC Chorale.
During Big Sing, which we do right before the big game, Cal versus Stanford, all of the UCE groups and some others get together. Typically we each sing both a Cal song, a Spirit song, as well as something else that we've been working on. And while I was sitting in the audience, the men's chorale comes up and starts singing one of my favorite Beatles songs, Maxwell's Silver Hammer. And who else would be the soloist for this whole thing? But Edward, at this point, I had no idea who he was. I'd spoken maybe 5 words to him in the course of 3 or 4 months. And as I was unable to hold myself back from singing the whole song while he was singing it from the audience, I thought, he's kind of cool, you know? I kind of want to go talk to him.
We each sang in the alumni chorus at Cal for many, many years, starting at the beginning of the chorus in 1985. So choral music has been a big part of our lives.
We were always a ready audience for music, instrumental music. We had tickets to the San Francisco Opera while we were still in college. We had we would go to the symphony. That was a date for us, would be to go and enjoy good music, and we still do that.
The choir has been a constant and something we can just enjoy on a regular basis. And when we weren't doing anything else, when we had kids, we were hiring a babysitter so we could get to choir. And that was our date night.
I think another interesting thing to talk about is that, we started dating just before the pandemic happened.
Also an international student, or I was, from Canada, so on for 5 months.
Yeah.
Didn't see him or anyone, didn't leave the house, and the people who really got me through that were the singers in my life. You are friends.
Yeah, and I think coming back once we were able to start, singing together in person again, that was one of the first things that we did.
We would stand outside, masks on, and just sing anything, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think, stuff like that really helped kind of, keep us together, bring us together through what was a really weird time. And that unifying element of, music really, I think, helped us kind of make it through.
One of the reasons I enjoy choral singing is that it's a chance to do something with other people in which you have to be, you kind of suppress your individuality to make a unified sound. And to do it well is very satisfying. And that's a part of what I like about choral singing, is the satisfaction of doing something together as a group. Yeah.
One of the things I really appreciate about choral music is the sense of collective purpose and storytelling. I think sharing expression is such an important part of what makes us human and what keeps us going, and that idea of taking all these individual voices and somehow together turning them into something much greater than just the sum of their parts is a really important part of what music and art is about for me. And I think choral music really exemplifies that.
One of the beauties of Alumni Chorus in particular is that it spans such a wide age range. When you come through school and you're used to singing in school-associated groups, everybody is the same age, basically, and then you get to Alumni Chorus and suddenly you have friends who are a completely different generation, which is really cool because it creates that opportunities for a cross-generational community that are hard to find in other places in modern society. And so the Alumni Chorus has been our community of friends, and so yeah, having the group sing at our wedding and having, we have participated at singing in other people's weddings and singing at memorial services for choristers' parents and, and for chorus members themselves. All of those kinds of big life community events in our lives have really been focused on the choir.
There's not only a tradition of couples getting together in the choral groups, but there's a tradition of one generation after another. I sang in the second tenor section of the Glee Club with Ken's father, Brad Wade. So we go back a ways.
I joined just as it was kind of getting back to normalcy, but also as the longtime director of the Alumni Chorus retired. So there's a lot of kind of growth and change going on. I'm just excited to see how we take advantage of this kind of, unexplored frontier.
It's a great opportunity to try some new things, have some new experiences too, which as we get older is even more valuable to, not get too stuck in our way.
We'd like the choir to continue to be a place that people can sort of graduate to from the student choirs and find a home in for many years after, or just in general. It's having been in it for 3 decades, we've seen a lot of people come in and leave and then come back and leave and float in and out and like we say, it's a community.
All I can say is it's a great tradition. It's left us with wonderful memories, and I hope the program continues forever.
Silver